Hi everyone, today we're going to look at the C-More Micro HMI common screen menu and creating a menu in which we can allow the operator to quickly see all the pages available in our HMI. So what we have is the program from previously last time where we had a start, stop, and a jog button with our motor here indicating when that's on. And we also added a blank page, screen number 2. So the first thing we'll do is we will create our menu system. So we'll need to add a new page. So we can add new screen here. There's other ways through the menu that you can see on our website at accautomation.ca. So let's add that new page. We're going to put this to page 100. And we'll call this background menu. Okay, and now page 100 comes up. And what we've done previously is we viewed this under the zoom and it's 100%. So we'll say OK. And the other thing that's really nice is if we can put a grid onto this page. So if we set display grid, you'll see my grids right here. It's really small right now. So let's grid size, we'll change this to, we'll double that to 8. Okay, it's a little better. And the other thing we'll do is view will snap to objects to grid. So again, in the view, we'll snap objects to grid, and what that actually means is that as I place an object on there, it'll go to the default grid location that we have here, so we can center things up on our screen a little better. Now on our background menu, the first thing we'll do is we'll go over to the objects and we will select the screen change push button, and we'll just drag this onto our screen here. And the first one here will go to screen number 1, which is this motor start, stop, jog. And what we're going to call this is our main menu. So we'll say we'll leave this as other screen because we want screen number 1 to be our main menu. Hit OK. Now we can position this button the way we want, and we'll change the height down. And we can change the width a bit. About there, that looks good. Right, so that's our first button. And when we hit it, it'll go to page number 1. So next thing we do is we can actually right click on that and copy. And then we can paste. And what we'll do is paste the next one in. And we'll double click on it. And now with this one, we're going to change the text now to next. And we will hit the forward screen. So that's our forward screen and next. And what that will do is it will go to our next page in our sequence of pages that we'll have. So we'll just hit OK. Now we've kept everything as a default. We'll copy this one again and we'll paste it. And calling up the properties, what we'll do is change this one to previous, and we'll hit the previous screen button here. Now you'll see that we can also change the look and feel of these buttons, including we could add graphics, but we'll leave everything right now as default. We'll hit OK. So there's my previous. Now the last button that we'll hit or create on our control screen is our screen selector. And what the screen selector will do is actually allow the operator to call up exactly what screen he wants. So we'll bring this onto our page. And here's my screen selector. Again, we'll leave everything as default. We'll even use the button text is the same, screen selector. And we want the screen number and name to appear. We could just have the screen name or the screen number. And then we go to screen on our top tab. And we will select all screens. Now we don't want them to select our background, so we'll move that over here to available screen. So here's what the operator will see, either screen 1 or screen 2. So we'll hit OK. And now we can position our selector. So that looks pretty good. So there's our background menu screen. That's what it's going to look like. So that looks good. We're just going to save that project. Now, if we go back to screen number 1 and we want to add that background menu, we would select here our background screen, and we come over here for our availability for our screens, and we'll hit number 100 for the background screen. You'll notice it will come up as a dimmed shade, so you know exactly what the position is of those push buttons. And then we'll do the same thing for screen number 2. We will select our background screen as number 1. So we go through all the screens that we want our background to be displayed and put them on there. Now, coming up with screen number 1, let's rename that. So if we right click under the navigation menu here, and we'll hit rename screen, and screen number 1, we'll just call this now motor start, stop, jog, and hit rename. There we go. And screen number 2, again, we'll rename this screen. We'll call this blank. So that looks good. All of our project looks good. And what we'll do is we will actually transfer this over to our existing program. Here we are currently connected to our unit by Ethernet, and here's our existing program. We have a start, stop, and we have our jog, and this is actually going to our being controlled with our C-More simulator. So we'll look at that in a second here. Alright, let's transfer our new project over. Yes, we'll save all the changes. It compiles it, and now it gives me the chance of either going through serial communication or Ethernet. We happen to have both right now, so let's go through Ethernet, and we will select transfer. So it's again checking, and it'll transfer the program over. And it says now that we are complete. Hit OK. So that is the program that we have right now, and now you'll see our actual screen. We have our main menu, our next, our previous, and screen selector. So let's just close that down, and you'll now see, let's take a look at the operation of our screen. So let's go to the screen selector, and now we have our named screens. We have the motor start, stop, jog, or we have the blank. We can use the down and select blank, hit enter, and now our blank screen appears. On our bottom here, we can hit previous and our previous screen. We can hit next and our blank screen, or go back to the main menu and it calls up back screen number 1. So that's exactly what the operation we're looking for. So with the last time when we looked at C-More simulator, here's a simulator running right now, and this is what it's actually communicating to. Here's our program, Now, last time we looked at our PLC to panel and panel to PLC parameters, and we're allowed to change pages from the PLC. Now, with the operator now changing the pages, the PLC still has to keep track of exactly where it is. So in order to do that, what we've done is actually added one more line of code to our program. And that one line of code actually will compare our Modbus address 4000, which is what the panel is writing in for the page number it's currently on. And currently right now you see it's page number 1, which is our motor start stop jog. And we controlled it by MHR4, which is our PLC to panel for control. So what we've done here is we've said compare if they're not equal, MHR1 to 4. We want to move MHR1 into 4, controlling that exactly what page that we're on. So just as an example, if I hit on my button here next, or previous, we have that blank screen. That's page number 2. You'll see page number 2 changes here, and so does it over here that we're monitoring. If I want to change it back to page number 1, I'll now edit up the top here, MHR1, and write that in. When I do, it automatically changes. So I have full control over everything that PLC is doing. Okay. Now all the links and documentation can be found on our website at accautomation.ca. If you like this video and like to see more, there are 3 ways in which you can help us out. You can give us a thumbs up so other people can find this information. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also go to ACC Automation and subscribe to our website. When you do, notification will be given to you every time we publish new content to the site. You'll also get 2 free ebooks on numbering systems and robust data logging. And the third thing to do to help us out is to tell a friend or colleague about the site. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.